Warner Robins or Macon when it comes down to the best city to live in Middle Georgia? Well, I'm gonna cover the housing, the amenities, how much does it actually cost to live here, and everything else in between in this video to be able to help you make that right decision. Because I am Luke Smith. I actually live here in the local area. I live in Byron, which just touches Warner Robins, and I go to Macon multiple times every single week. I actually have a YouTube channel that you're watching right now. I have over 9,000 subscribers and almost 600 local videos talking about all of the local cities here, what's it like to live here, how much does it actually cost to be here. So I got you the insider scoop today. Stay tuned. And to be able to start things off when it comes down to it, we're going to talk about the housing market in Warner Robins versus Macon. So as of this year, the average median home price here in Warner Robins is sitting right at $220,000. Now, there's a difference between median and average. The average home price is actually $242,000, which is significantly lower than the national average. However, let's just be really honest here. Warner Robins, it's exploding. Over the next 10 years, we're supposed to 4x in population. There's a lot of industry coming here. There's a lot of housing, a lot of development, a lot of things around Robins Air Force Base. Just so you know, Robins Air Force Base is the largest industrial complex here in the state of Georgia, and people are flocking here. Prices are going up. Traffic is increasing. It's kind of getting annoying. I'm not gonna lie, especially if it's a weeknight trying to drive down Watson Boulevard just to be able to go get some dinner or something. You end up getting stopped at a bunch of lights. So the traffic here is increasing. But Warner Robins, when it comes down to it, you still have great housing, okay? And also too, if you wanna actually take that and run with it, you will be able to buy a house here, increase your equity pretty darn quickly, and still have all the amenities that are important to you and your family. I know we're talking about housing right now, but the housing down here for young professionals, for families, for the environment, for school systems, it is pretty darn good. In the description of this video below, I always put things like niche.com and usatoday.com so you can actually look at the different school systems, look at the housing market and everything else in between so I can help best or help you better make a decision. And also for every single person that watches this channel, we always offer a free buyer's guide. Now, this isn't a guide per se. It's literally a Google interactive map where we have our favorite restaurants, our favorite coffee shops, the school systems, the ratings for all of those and everything else in between. So if you are looking to buy here in the local area, whether or not it's Middle Georgia, right, as a whole, Warner Robins down to Perry, up to Forsyth, Macon, we have that interactive map for you. It's going to be in the description of the video below. However, if we want to talk about the housing market up in Macon, we're actually looking at even lower prices. Now, here's the deal. The average home price in Macon is sitting right at $200,000, while we see the average home price in the United States of America, we're sitting like $369,000 right now. So it is significantly less. However, take it with a grain of salt. There are houses in Macon that are over $1 million on Lake Tobesaki that are like custom built mansions, okay? And then you have certain areas of Macon that are not nice at all. So if we take the median, we see about $200,000. Now that is a great price. If you're looking for a new construction home, let's just say, you can get something that's like a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,600 to 2,000 square feet-ish with a little bit of land. I'm talking like 0.25 acres. It's not too much for that $300,000 price point. And we're seeing prices increase over time because so many people are flocking down in the Middle Georgia area. So you're still able to get really good pricing for houses, but we just want to make sure that you pick the location that's best for you and your family. That interactive map should be able to help you. And just a disclaimer, I can't tell you where you're not supposed to live, quote, not supposed to live. There's no such thing as that, but I'm just saying I can't steer you away from certain neighborhoods because I am a licensed real estate professional. So the information in the description of this video below keeps me safe, won't get my license taken away, but also helps you make the best decision that you can make for you and your family. So if I could really piece these two together when it comes down to housing, I would say that Warner Robins is more of the not so much city, has great amenities, a lot of activities for the kids, more family friendly in my opinion when it comes down to it. And Macon is that place where it's like that historic charm. You have downtown, you have fantastic restaurants. There are good restaurants down here in Warner Robins, but they're chains. Up in Macon, you have some really, really good restaurants like Dovetail and Taco Mac. I know that's a chain, but it's so darn good. That is the best location I've ever been to in my entire life. Natalia's custom, it's not custom, but it's Italian. It's so good. So you have a lot of good options. It really just depends on what you're looking for. But for the housing market, it is cheaper to live in Macon overall. Now, when it comes down to the Warner Robins area, let's talk about amenities. Over here, it's suburban conveniences like Houston County Galleria. We got Rigby's Entertainment Complex, family-friendly parks, and excellent school systems. It's creating a quiet, just a good family environment in my opinion. Like literally last weekend, my wife and I, we went over to Rigby's, we played some putt-putt, and it's just a really good time. There's a lot of family-friendly amenities over here. Great grocery stores, shopping, and pretty much everything else that you would need. Now, let's hop up to Macon here for a second when it comes down to the amenities. Now, we have to understand, when we look at Macon, Macon as a whole, we're really looking at 4 segments. We have North, South, East, and West Macon. At least that's what the locals are going to talk about. So it's almost 4 cities in one. So when it comes down to it, we really want to be able to make sure that we find the specific one that's best for you, pick the house, and then when it comes down to the amenities, we can help you with just that. Now, when we hop up to Macon, let's just be honest with ourselves. We got delicious food. We have some really cool flea markets. There's live music venues. You have downtown. It's historic. You need to go to the Hay House and take tours. There's a lot of really, really cool things when it comes down to the city. Population Macon's about 152,000, while Houston County, just the county right below, is 88,000, with Warner Robins being right around 45,000 people within the city. So we got almost 3 times the amount of people in Macon as we do Warner Robins. So there's just more stuff to do overall, and there's some really cool stuff that you can do as well. So choose Warner Robins if you want that suburban, family-focused lifestyle, or opt for Macon if you value cultural richness and historical charm with some delicious food options. So let's talk about lifestyle. If you want that lifestyle down here in Warner Robins, let's say family-friendly environment. It's chill, it's a suburban feel, it's a military town. People are relaxed, not a whole lot going on. Yes, there's more traffic. Yes, there's more people, but overall, it's just a relaxing environment. Warner Robins is probably gonna be the one for you. But now for Macon, if you want like diverse, vibrant, cultural activities, historic, live music, venues, all that kind of stuff, Macon will probably be the best for you. But we also want to understand something. If you're watching this video and you're trying to decide between Warner Robins and Macon, Georgia, there's a lot going on in the surrounding areas. We have Byron, we have Bonaire, we have Kathleen, we have Perry, we have Elko, we have Hawkinsville, Juliet, we have Forsyth. There's so many other cities around the local area, and every single city has a different vibe going on. So if you want any more information about that, just shoot me a text message at 478-888-7808. I'll personally get on a call with you. We can even hop on a Zoom call. I'll share my screen and I'll kind of give you the rundown of all the local areas so that you can better make a decision when it comes down to where you want to live. Now, I have these printed out here on a list, but let's talk about jobs here for a second, because Macon and Warner Robins are pretty diverse when it comes down to the different job opportunities. Yes, you can go on usajobs.gov to be able to find a government job, not contract, government job on the Robins Air Force Base. And that's going to be a great opportunity. You're going to have amazing healthcare, stable income, and getting on base isn't too difficult. Now, you are going to have what is called a government resume. It is like 5+ pages long compared to a typical 2-page resume. When I was doing government work, my resume was like 13 pages long. Went online, had somebody do it for me. Super easy. You need that contact, I got your back. Now, when it comes down to other things, you can go on Indeed.com. You can actually go on some other websites here in the local area. I think it's called robinsjobs.com. I'll post it in the description below for you, but there's a lot of cool different opportunities. And over here, specifically in Warner Robins, it's completely dominated by Robins Air Force Base, but Warner Robins offers some really stable job opportunities. One of which is defense, healthcare, education, logistics. Those are the big ones. We're thinking Robins Air Force Base. They repair airplanes. It's defense contracting. It's all of those different jobs that help support the Air Force Base are really the jobs that you're gonna actually find here in the local area. But another one outside the Air Force Base is going to be jobs like healthcare. We have a lot of hospitals, we have a lot of clinics, we have a lot of inpatient, we have a lot of doctors' offices. So if you are in the medical field, great opportunities here. Now, with being in the game of real estate over here, I see a lot of the inside stuff. I'm seeing a lot of industrial, I'm seeing a lot of distribution, and I'm seeing a lot of manufacturing jobs pop up here in the local area. So really 2 big ones. Bluebird, they actually have in Fort Valley, their headquarters over there. And then on top of that, Jack's Link Beef Jerky just opened up this massive plant over in Perry, Georgia. And there's a lot of job opportunities there. Purdue has a lot of job opportunities. Frito-Lay has a lot of job opportunities. So that's really what we're seeing down in like the Warner Robins and like a little bit south areas. But over in Macon, it's super diverse. You have healthcare, Atrium Health, and Navicent is the big one. When it comes down to the medical side, for education, we got Mercer University with Middle Georgia State University. Macon is where the private schools thrive, and they have some really good college educations. If you are going to go to college here in the Georgia area, I mean, really the big ones that come to mind are University of Georgia, obviously. You got Emory, but you also have Mercer University. Their medical degrees and their law degrees are off the chain. Really, really good job opportunities there, as well as computer sciences. They have one of the best in the country. And then on top of that, we have manufacturing, logistics, and we have a huge growing tech sector as well. It's very interesting. If we look at the distribution of population here in the Georgia area, we're actually seeing more people move to Middle Georgia than any other place of the state. We see more manufacturing manufacturing. We see more distribution. Industry is growing in Middle Georgia, Macon, Warner Robins more than any other place in the state of Georgia. And there's some really good reasons for that. And really the last thing to finish off with is commute time. Now, if you work inside of Warner Robins and you live inside of Warner Robins, I mean, you could literally have a 1-minute commute, or if you're all the way on the outside of the city, you're looking at 20 minutes at the absolute most. Up in Macon, you do have I-75, which Warner Robins I-75 runs through as well. But up in Macon, I-75 and I-16, you do have some construction going on right now. So you could see anywhere between a 25-minute to a 30-minute commute. The interesting thing is those individuals that I help actually move to the Middle Georgia area, specifically Macon, a lot of people don't actually buy a house in Macon. They're buying houses in Bonaire, buying houses in Kathleen, in Perry, in Byron, north of Macon, in the city of Forsyth. And they actually commute inside of the city because there's some really, really awesome opportunities for housing outside of those cities. So let's say if you are looking to move to the Middle Georgia area and you haven't decided on where you actually want to live yet, you just know that you want to move here to Warner Robins or Macon because you have work here. Maybe you haven't decided yet. Shoot me a text message at 478-888-7808. I'd love to be able to hop on a phone call to be able to help serve you and your family with your real estate needs. And also, if you just want to talk about the local area, I'm always here for you. Thanks for watching the video. And also right over here, I'm going to throw up a video of a new construction home tour that we just filmed. So you can kind of get an insider scoop on what the actual housing market looks like here in the local area.